Ever heard someone call a medical procedure their kiwi?
Kiwi.
Yeah. We're diving into that today, a story about a life-changing decision. And that surprising nickname. It's about bariatric surgery through the experience of Corinne Wiegelaars from the Netherlands.
It's amazing how a single word can be such a window into someone's experience, right? You just instantly want to know more. What's the story behind that kiwi?
Right. Let's find out. Corinne's 55, from Blerick, and she's been incredibly open about her journey. And it was a journey, not just a decision made overnight. She actually tried other weight loss methods first.
I bet.
Yeah, like she did this 2-year program, I think it was called GLI, and even worked with a dietitian. But
It's a good reminder that for a lot of people, it's not as simple as just, eat less, move more.
right.
Like Corinne mentions medication, going through menopause, even dealing with depression. Those aren't excuses, but they're real factors that can really mess with your metabolism, hormones, even how you relate to food emotionally.
So it's way more complex than just willpower. Like you said, all these things could be happening under the surface.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads us to what Corinne calls a turning point, I guess. Her doctor actually referred her to the Nederlandse Obesitas Clinic.
Yeah.
That's an obesity clinic here in the Netherlands. But it wasn't like, okay, you're here, let's schedule you for surgery.
Oh, for sure not. This is actually where I think we see how important that careful evaluation is before bariatric surgery. It's a huge decision, obviously.
Yeah.
So Corinne had to meet with a whole team, not just the surgeon, but also a dietitian, a psychologist, a movement therapist, really the whole gamut.
Wow, I can't imagine all those assessments. That must have felt like a lot to process.
Absolutely. And it wasn't just those individual points either. She had to go to 6 group sessions at the clinic too.
6?
Yeah, 6. But it's actually really valuable because it gives patients like Corinne a chance to connect with others going through the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Voice their concerns and really get a clear picture of what life after surgery would actually look like for them. They cover everything: nutrition, exercise, even body image, the mental and emotional shifts that come with significant weight loss.
Just like they're building that support system right from the start, setting people up for success long term, not just like a quick fix.
Exactly. Giving them the tools and the knowledge to make changes that last.
So Corinne goes through this whole process, and finally, she gets the green light. October 11th, 2023, surgery day arrives.
A date circled on the calendar, I bet.
I can only imagine. And it sounds like, at least from what Corinne has shared, things went pretty smoothly. But I mean, surgery is surgery. There are always risks.
Oh, absolutely. The fact that Corinne recovered so quickly, just needed 1 night in the hospital, that really says a lot, both about how resilient she is and also how skilled that surgical team was. But then comes the real adjustment. This is where I'm guessing that kiwi comes in.
Okay, yes. I have to know, what is the connection between a piece of fruit and surgery?
So after surgery, Corinne's stomach is much, much smaller, right?
Okay.
She can only eat really small amounts at a time. We're talking the size of a kiwi.
So that's it. That's the kiwi connection. Her stomach is literally like kiwi size.
Exactly. It's such a vivid image, isn't it? Really drives home that dramatic shift in, how you eat, even think about food after this kind of surgery.
Yeah, it really makes you realize it's not just about willpower or something. It's like a real physical change to your body. Speaking of, Corinne mentioned something about dumpings and fast lopers. Those don't sound good.
Yeah, those are some of the I guess you could say challenges that can come with this whole new way of eating. Dumping syndrome is actually a pretty common side effect.
What causes that?
Well, remember how we were talking about the stomach being smaller?
Yeah.
If food moves too quickly from the stomach into the small intestine, it can set off this reaction, especially sugary stuff or high-fat food.
What's it feel like?
Imagine this sudden wave of nausea, cramping, sweating, maybe even dizziness, all right after you eat.
Oh.
It's not pretty. It's basically the body's way of hitting the brakes, saying, whoa, too much, too fast, can't handle this.
That sounds really rough. And vast lobers. What was that?
Oh, right. It's basically food intolerance, that feeling of, food getting stuck in your throat or your chest.
Yeah.
Not fun, and it's not that uncommon after this kind of surgery.
So her body is like relearning how to eat, how to deal with food.
Yeah, exactly. Like Corinne's experience, it shows how much of this is trial and error, You're
Right.
figuring out what your body can handle now, what portion sizes work, which foods are a no-go.
Okay, so 6 small meals a day. I can barely manage 3. She's dedicated.
Mhm.
And she also mentioned making sure she's getting enough protein and calcium and drinking tons of water. What's so important about those after surgery?
They're essential, honestly, especially when someone's losing a significant amount of weight. Protein helps keep your muscle mass up. Calcium is, crucial for your bones, and staying hydrated. That's like the golden rule. Helps with digestion, prevents complications, all that good stuff.
Wow, it sounds like a lot to keep track of.
It is, it is. But Corinne talks about how it does become second nature over time. She's very honest about the challenges, but she's really big on emphasizing that it's a process, a learning curve.
Yeah, that makes sense. There was one thing that really stood out to me. She mentioned needing to take vitamin supplements, but like for the rest of her life. What's up with that?
That's a really important point. After bariatric surgery, the way your body absorbs nutrients like vitamins and minerals, it can get thrown off because of the changes to the digestive system.
Oh, so it's not just changing what you eat, but needing to supplement to like stay healthy long term.
Exactly. It requires a real commitment,
Mm.
working with your healthcare team to make sure you're getting everything your body needs.
Yeah. It's another reminder that this surgery is a huge decision, a total lifestyle change.
Absolutely. But it's also about giving people the power to, really take control of their own health, providing them with the knowledge, the support, the resources to actually live healthier, happier lives.
And it sounds like Corinne's really experiencing those benefits. She talked about feeling so much fitter, having more energy, even just like having more clothing options now.
For sure. Those might seem like superficial changes, but they actually reflect a much deeper transformation.
What do you mean by that?
Well, think about it. Being able to move freely, having the energy to enjoy activities, feeling comfortable in your own skin that can transform your self-esteem, your relationships, your whole outlook on life, really.
It's like, wow, this kiwi thing, it's not just about her stomach. It's this whole new like chapter for her.
Right. And it seems like she's really going for it. Like she even mentioned her self-esteem getting a boost. That's huge.
It makes you wonder, was it just the weight loss? Or was there something more to it? Like, what do you think sparked that change?
I think it's a whole bunch of things working together. Yeah, the physical transformation is a big part of it. But also, think about that sense of accomplishment, of like taking charge of your health.
Right.
And being comfortable in your own skin, having more energy to do the things you love, it can really change how you see yourself and how you see life in general.
Yeah, it's like this ripple effect, like you were saying, going outward. It's not just about the number on the scale. It's bigger than that. It's how you feel about yourself, about everything.
Exactly. And I think Corinne's story is a good reminder that, sure, it might be tough sometimes, but the rewards can be amazing. It can really change your life.
It definitely has me thinking. What about you? What stands out to you the most about her experience?
Honestly, I think it's her honesty. She's not pretending it was easy. She talks about the hard parts, like the assessments before the surgery, how different eating is now, that it's a lifelong thing. But she's also celebrating the good stuff. Like she's got more energy, she feels better about herself, she's excited about simple things, clothes fitting. I don't know, it's really inspiring. It shows that real change takes work. You have to keep going, but it's so worth it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's such a powerful message for anyone, whether they're thinking about this surgery or just trying to figure out their own path with weight loss, with their health. Like, it's possible to make changes that last, even when it's hard. It's about finding what works for you, building a good support system around yourself, and celebrating all the wins along the way, big and small.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Corinne's Kiwiversary, it's a real testament to her strength, to her commitment to living a healthier, happier life.
It really is. It definitely makes you wonder how many other Kiwis are out there
Mm.
and what their stories are. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.